Braun Breaker just destroyed an innocent man. Braun Breaker snapped on Smackdown last night and brutally attacked the person he thought was his mystery tormentor, except WWE just revealed in a post-show statement that Braun got the wrong guy. The man Braun left unconscious and potentially paralyzed in the ring wasn't his actual attacker at all, but a plant used by the real mystery person to frame an innocent wrestler and make Braun look like a violent psychopath who attacks people without evidence. This isn't just a storyline twist. This is WWE booking Braun Breaker, their supposed future franchise player, as someone so blinded by rage that he committed assault on a fellow wrestler based on circumstantial evidence and assumptions. And now that innocent victim is in the hospital dealing with potential spinal injuries because Braun couldn't control himself long enough to verify he had the right target before unleashing career-threatening violence. The worst part? WWE presented Braun's attack as justified revenge right up until the post-show reveal. Commentary praised his intensity. The crowd cheered as he destroyed someone. And only after the segment ended did WWE drop the bombshell that Braun just brutalized the wrong person, making everyone who celebrated the attack complicit in supporting violence against an innocent victim. Hit that like button and subscribe to Wrestling News CC, because I'm about to expose exactly how this disastrous angle unfolded, why WWE's booking just destroyed Braun Breaker's babyface credibility, and why the wrestler who got attacked deserves justice for being sacrificed to a storyline that makes absolutely no sense. Let me walk you through this nightmare, because every detail makes it worse. For 8 weeks, someone's been attacking Braun Breaker backstage, costing him matches, destroying his property. The usual mystery attacker build that WWE does constantly. Braun's been furious, cutting promos about how he'll destroy whoever's responsible when he finally catches them. Last night's SmackDown, Braun gets a tip from an anonymous source that his attacker will be in a specific location backstage at a specific time. Braun sets up an ambush with cameras following him, and sure enough, there's a masked figure in the exact spot the tip indicated. Braun doesn't hesitate, doesn't ask questions, doesn't try to verify this is actually his attacker. He just attacks, grabs the masked person from behind and starts throwing them into walls, equipment cases, anything nearby. The masked figure is trying to get away, not fight back, which should have been Braun's first clue something was wrong. But Braun is so consumed by rage that he doesn't notice the defensive body language. He drags the masked person to the ring because apparently assaulting someone backstage isn't enough. He needs to do it in front of an audience, and the real brutality begins. Braun rips off the mask to reveal Dante Chen, a lower card wrestler who's been with WWE for years, mostly working main event and occasional TV appearances. Someone with zero connection to Braun Breaker, no history of conflict, no logical reason to be attacking him for 2 months. The crowd's reaction shifts from excitement to confusion. This doesn't make sense. But before anyone can process what's happening, Braun hits his finishing move. Then another one. Then a third, this time a release version that sends Dante spiking onto his head and neck. Dante isn't moving. Medical staff rushes the ring, and the referee immediately throws up the X symbol indicating a legitimate injury requiring immediate attention. Dante is carefully loaded onto a stretcher with a neck brace while Braun stands in the ring looking satisfied with his revenge. Then comes the post-show reveal that changes everything. WWE's official social media posts a video of the real mystery attacker still masked laughing while watching footage of Braun destroying Dante Chen. The attacker's voice, distorted, says, "Perfect." Now everyone sees what Braun Breaker really is, a violent animal who doesn't think before he acts. Dante was just a pawn, and Braun fell for it perfectly. The implications are devastating. Braun didn't get revenge, he got played. He attacked an innocent wrestler who was set up by the real attacker to make Braun look like an out-of-control psychopath. And now Dante Chen is in the hospital with potential career-ending injuries because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Here's why this angle is catastrophically bad for everyone involved. First, it destroys Braun Breaker's credibility as a babyface. How can fans cheer for someone who just put an innocent person in the hospital? Even if Braun was tricked, he still committed violence without bothering to verify his target. That's not hero behavior, that's villain behavior. Second, it wastes Dante Chen. This is a real wrestler with a real career who just got sacrificed to make Braun look bad as part of a storyline Dante has no stake in. He's not involved in this feud. He's just collateral damage. And now he's legitimately injured, reportedly dealing with a neck strain and possible concussion, because WWE needed a body for this twist. Third, it makes the mystery attacker look like a genius manipulator while making everyone else look stupid. How did Braun not question why he suddenly got an anonymous tip after weeks of no leads? How did WWE security not realize the masked person was Dante Chen instead of the attacker? The entire setup requires everyone to be incompetent for the twist to work. Fourth, and most problematic, WWE presented Braun's violence as justified until after it was too late for viewers to change their reactions. We all cheered when Braun caught his attacker. We all celebrated when he destroyed them, and only after the damage was done both to Dante and to our own complicity did WWE reveal we were celebrating violence against an innocent victim. That's manipulative storytelling that makes the audience feel tricked rather than entertained. The locker room reaction is reportedly furious. Dante Chen's friends are demanding WWE take care of his medical bills and compensate him for being injured in a storyline he wasn't even part of. Other wrestlers are concerned that they could be randomly sacrificed to storylines without warning or consideration for their safety. And Bron Breakker himself is reportedly unhappy with how this played out. He wanted to look like a badass getting revenge, not a violent idiot who attacks the wrong person. But WWE creative insisted on this twist, and Bron had no choice but to execute it even though it damages his character potentially beyond repair. Here's what should have happened. If WWE wanted to do a wrong target twist, they should have had Bron capture the masked person but not attack them yet. Build suspense about the unmasking. Then when it's revealed to be someone with no connection to the attacks, Bron realizes he's being set up and has to figure out who's actually behind this. That creates the same story beat, Bron being manipulated by the real attacker without requiring him to brutalize an innocent person and destroy his babyface credibility. It's basic storytelling logic that WWE apparently couldn't be bothered to consider. Let's talk about Dante Chen specifically because he's the real victim here. This is a talented wrestler who's been with WWE since 2019. He's worked hard, improved constantly, and been a reliable hand for WWE's developmental and lower card programming. And his reward for loyalty is being fed to Bron Breakker in a storyline designed to make Bron look bad while giving Dante nothing except injuries. Dante reportedly has a neck strain and possible concussion from those finishing moves. He's looking at minimum 2 to 3 weeks recovery, possibly longer depending on the concussion evaluation. And for what? A storyline twist that could have been executed without actually injuring him if WWE had bothered to protect their talent properly. This is the problem with WWE's current creative philosophy. They prioritize shocking moments over logical storytelling and wrestler safety. They wanted the twist of Bron attacking the wrong person, so they just threw Dante into the role without considering the ramifications for his character, his career, or his health. Here's my theory on where this storyline goes next, and why it's going to make everything worse. The real mystery attacker is probably someone Bron trusts, a friend or ally who's been close to him this whole time. That's the typical WWE mystery angle payoff. But when that reveal happens, it won't redeem Bron's character. He'll still be the guy who brutalized an innocent wrestler without verifying his target first. The "I was manipulated" excuse doesn't erase the actions. Bron's reputation is permanently damaged by this booking decision. Meanwhile, Dante Chen will probably get zero on-screen acknowledgement or apology. He'll just disappear back to main event like nothing happened, and WWE will pretend they didn't just sacrifice him for a storyline beat that didn't even work. The fan reaction has been overwhelmingly negative. Social media is flooded with criticism of this angle. People are angry that Bron was booked to look incompetent and violent. They're sympathetic to Dante Chen being used and injured. And they're frustrated that WWE keeps doing these mystery angles that always end up disappointing or problematic. There's a reason WWE keeps failing with mystery attacker storylines. They prioritize the mystery over the logic. They create twists without considering whether those twists actually make sense or improve the story. And they sacrifice wrestlers like Dante Chen when they need bodies for those twists to work. Drop your thoughts. Did this angle destroy Bron Breakker's babyface credibility? Does Dante Chen deserve compensation for being sacrificed to this storyline? And who do you think the real mystery attacker is? Comments below, because WWE needs to hear that fans are done with these poorly executed mystery angles. This is Wrestling News CC, where we call out WWE's creative failures even when they involve top stars like Bron Breakker. Subscribe for continued coverage of this disaster and whether WWE can somehow salvage Bron's character after this catastrophic booking decision. Bron Breakker attacked an innocent wrestler. Dante Chen is injured for a storyline he wasn't part of. The real mystery attacker is still unknown. And WWE thinks this twist justifies the damage done to multiple people's characters and careers. This isn't clever storytelling, this is lazy writing that prioritizes shock value over logic, wrestler safety, and character consistency. Bron Breakker deserved better. Dante Chen deserved much better. And fans deserve better than watching WWE repeatedly make the same mistakes with mystery angles that never work. The only mystery here is why WWE keeps doing these storylines when they always end in disappointment and backlash. But I guess some patterns are too ingrained to break even when they consistently produce terrible results. Hashtag Bron Breakker, hashtag WWE, hashtag Smackdown, hashtag Dante Chen, hashtag Mystery Attacker, hashtag Wrestling News.